What's going on, everyone? Welcome to my channel. My name is Racheal, filming from Ondo State, Nigeria. And if you're new here, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Subscribe. And also endeavor to like this video, drop your comments when you're done watching, and share this video. And just in case this isn't your first time of watching, you're also welcome. Thank you so much for coming back to watch my videos. And without wasting too much of our time, guys, let's dive right into today's video. Today, guys, I actually want to discuss a very fascinating topic, and this is something I talked about it in one of my videos. If you've not seen that video, please check it out. The link is right here. Use this link to check the video out. In that video I was talking about the things you need to know about your partner. There is an essence for you to discuss your past. Like I said, you should talk about your past. And then when I got to that place, I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to make another video on this, because I don't want people misquoting what I meant by that. Make sure you sit back, relax, and enjoy this video. Now let's go straight to this video. You see this thing called past. As much as it is actually important for you to leave your past, like leave the past in the past and move on with your life, I still feel like when you are going into a relationship, or when you're in a relationship, I feel like there are some things that you should not leave. There are some things that you have to disclose to your partner. But before I go to the first of all, you need to understand that before you can open your mouth or open your heart to start telling someone about your past, you have to be sure that you've actually healed. You have to be sure that you've gotten over whatever it is that happened to you in the past. That video that I told you to watch, I said something in the video. I said, before you can actually talk about your past, make sure that it is not something that traumatizes you. If it's actually something that traumatizes you, and the fact that you're talking about it alone, maybe just by the mention of, oh, this is what happened to me, you get so scared again, or it takes you back, it brings back bad memory, then you have to take your time. It's not just about, oh, okay, I'm in this relationship, or I'm going to this relationship with this person, and this person has to know my past, and you don't consider yourself. Like, you have to consider yourself. Are you mentally okay? Are you emotionally stable? Are you even physically okay to start discussing these things? You have to be sure that you've actually gotten over this thing before you can talk about it. Consider your own mental health before opening your mouth to say things about your past, especially if your past traumatized you. Now, having understood that, let's now move into the things you should discuss and how you should discuss it with your partner or in your relationship. The first thing I feel like everyone needs to take note of is the individual you're dealing with. You have to consider the person you're dealing with, because you have to think, okay, is this brother or is this sister mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everythingly ready to handle this thing? Or can this person take this thing? Understanding this person that you've chosen to tell. Because I am of the opinion that it is not everyone that you come across in this journey called relationship that you have to tell everything that you've been through. Like, not everyone actually deserves that piece of information. Because there are some people that cannot handle it. You understand? So you have to understand this person you are telling. Do you trust this person with what you're about to say? You get it? Because if you don't trust someone enough with whatever it is you've been through in the past, then trust me, you do not have to do it. If you don't feel safe with them, you don't have to do it. Oh, just because I said, oh, it's okay to discuss your past, and you don't feel safe with the person, you do not have to do it. If you don't trust the person, you do not have to do it. There are some people that they like running their mouths. You understand? They cannot keep any information to themselves. So if whoever you are dealing with is someone like that, trust me, it's okay to actually hold on to your information. Because let's now say, what's not happened and you guys break up. Like, can you actually trust this person without information? I'm of the opinion that it's always good to hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Like, let's now say you guys now break up, Let's say this relationship that you think is rosy, this relationship that you actually think is never going to end, the relationship now end. Do you trust this person enough with this information? Like, can you actually leave this person with this thing? Like, going forward, is this person going to just let that past be in the past, or will this person keep using it against you? These are the things that you actually have to weigh before you begin to dive into your past and you begin to spill it. You understand? If the person is not someone that can handle it, if you know that you don't feel safe with this person, then it is pointless. You do not have to tell them what you've been through in the past. Having sorted that, let's now move to okay, maybe you now found someone that is mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and everything prepared, matured to handle whatever you throw at them. Now, what are the things you should tell the person about your past? This is another thing that you also have to be logical about. It is very, very important that you discuss your past with your partner or whoever you are dating. But there is level to it. And there are also things that you should talk about. For me, I feel like you need to be honest. You need to be transparently honest. But trust me, girl. Trust me, bro. You still have to avoid unnecessary information. Fine, we've agreed that, okay, you need to discuss your past. You need to talk about what you've been through with this person. But then again, you have to avoid unnecessary information. Forget that this person is mentally, spiritually, physically, and everything ready to listen to you, ready to hear you out. What are the things you should tell this person? There are some things that there is no how. These things will still not come back. There are some things that in life, they will still reveal themselves, even if you try to cover up. There are some things that no matter how much you try to conceal it, they will always find their own way out. Things like, okay, maybe you've had a child before, for instance. You should tell the person you are dating, okay, I've had a child in the past. Imagine hiding the fact that you have a child. This child will still come back one day. Like one day, this child will still end up showing to the world. This child will still come. What about abortion? Like you've had an abortion and you don't want to tell the person you're dating. Abba, what if you now have complication in the future? Like maybe you're trying to have a child and there is complication somewhere and you guys had to, or maybe you have to undergo a test and they find out you've done abortion and you didn't tell your partner about it. Imagine how that will actually make the person feel. This is why I said there are some things that you just have to talk about, because these things are actually inevitable. No matter how much you try to hide it, the truth will always come out. So these are the things that, okay, you really need to say these things. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? So now let's now try to like look at another scenario where you don't have a child, you've not had an abortion, and that is it, but you've had series of sexual this thing, and you're not going into a relationship. Fine, you're not going to tell your partner that, okay, I'm a virgin, when obviously you're not. But do you now have to start discussing everything, like everything that you've done in the past? I feel like in situations like that, the only thing that is needed from you is to tell the person the fact that you are not a virgin. Okay, I'm not a virgin. I've actually had this thing, like I've done it before, and that's it. I feel you should not start going into unnecessary details like, okay, I dated Tokwe. We used to do it 3 times in a week, or maybe all through the relationship we were doing it every day. I dated Sheyi, it was like this. I dated this. Like basically, I feel like there are some things that are not needed. Imagine someone coming to tell you, imagine someone you also want to date coming to tell you, okay, I've dated maybe 15 people, and this is how we used to do it, this is how we had sex, this was how it happened, this is the venue, this is all of this. Those are the kind of information that are not needed. It's enough that you've actually opened up to this person and tell them, okay, I'm not a virgin, like I've done this thing before. But now telling the person the details or who you had it with is not necessary. You understand? So yes, there are some information that are not necessary about your past. Just keep it to yourself. I feel like you don't have to tell people everything. This isn't about, oh, you're trying to conceal the truth or you're hiding things from me. This isn't about that. Like there are some certain things that it is not important to the relationship, basically. It is not important to you. It is not important to your future. It is not important to the present. It is not going to be important anytime. So what's the essence of spilling it? You know, I feel like you should only discuss the things that are very, very important, or the things that they will still end up showing if you do not talk about them. This isn't about you concealing the truth. This is just you being logical. You know, when you're discussing this thing in a relationship, basically, anything you want to do, I feel you shouldn't just use your heart. Don't use your heart alone. Like, don't just use the emotional part of you. I feel like you should always use your brain. You know, I feel you should be logical. Don't just apply, oh, I love you, I love you. It is not just by I love you, I love you. And now going back to what I said earlier, you know, I said you have to be careful who you actually say it to. Because I feel like, imagine if you have to date 15 people, for instance, or let me bring the numbers down. Imagine if you have to date up to like 5 people before you end up getting married, and you now start telling everybody everything about you, everything about your past. Before you know what is happening, you've already told the world. Like, you have to choose whoever you want to tell these things to. You have to choose them. You understand? Because you cannot just keep going on and telling everyone everything. You dated Tokwe, you told Tokwe. You dated Sheyi, you told Sheyi. You dated Omolara, you told Omolara. You dated John, you told John. You dated Abba. How many people do you want to keep spreading all of these things to? That is why, to me, I feel there is a stage that you must have gotten to before you begin to talk about these things. Though there are some things too that you have to talk about in the beginning of it too. Sure, you understand? I don't want to give examples, but yeah, there are some things that, you know, you have to talk about these ones at the beginning of the relationship. While some vital informations are meant for some certain level in the relationship. When you guys have gotten to a certain level, that is when you can now say, okay, I think I am safe with this person. And see, if you do not feel safe with someone, you don't have to tell them about your past, because you don't want someone that you will tell about your past and this person will go around telling the world. But if you feel safe with someone, you can actually tell them. This isn't about, okay, let me wait till we're about to get married. That is when I will tell you. If you wait till then and you tell this person and this person flare up like, oh, so now you're just telling me, why didn't you tell me all this while? You had all the whole time. Like, it's not as if there is one thing regulating the time. Sure, you understand? It all goes down to the individual involved. Are you getting the whole point? It goes down to the individual involved. And also remember, always remember that you should be transparently honest, but avoid unnecessary details. Even the Bible said it, that a fool that keeps quiet is not a fool, right? There's a way the Bible said it. If I find that passage, I'll probably put it on the screen for you guys to see. There are some things that you should say, and there are some things that you shouldn't say. And even while you are saying the things you should say, you have to think of the person. Can this person really handle it? If you feel safe with this person, fine. But if you don't feel safe with them, then it's okay not to discuss it. But if you're going to end up with a person, like if you guys are going to get married, then please feel safe with them and talk about these things. So that is that, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, please drop your comment and make sure you share this video with your friends. And if there is anything you feel, oh, Racheal should actually add this to it, kindly drop it in the comment section. I would also love to learn from you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to come back next week Saturday for another video from your girl. And do not forget, if you're going through anything and you would love to talk to someone about it, you can actually talk to me. As a matter of fact, that is what I do on Instagram. I've got a page on Instagram. It's openup_. Check that page out, guys, and go through the description box to check everything about reaching me personally. Thank you once again. Have a great day. Good